warming up to our left. Warning buzzer sounds at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. That summons both teams to their benches. Across the way, Martinsburg to the left and St. Albans to the right on the far side of the floor. And it's time for us to go over to the official table, where the veteran public address announcer here at the Charleston Civic Center, Frank Blake, is ready.
Now let's meet the teams for our next game. Let's welcome the Bulldogs of Martinsburg. Let's welcome the Red Dragons from St. Albans. Introducing Martinsburg's head coach, Dave Rogers. Meets at center court with St. Albans head coach, Arnold Moore. The assistant coach for Martinsburg, Gary Shook. Assistant coach for St. Albans, Roger Meadows. The support staff for Martinsburg, Robbie Sprinkle, Bobby DeHaven, and Gary Shook. Support staff for St. Albans, Margie Logsden, Jill Perry, and Leslie Postlethwaite. The Lions Club host for Martinsburg is Dick Thaxton. The Lions Club host for St. Albans, Alan McVeigh. And now meeting the squads for Martinsburg, wearing number 12, Corey Tucker. For St. Albans, number 11, Brent Gano. For the Bulldogs, number 13, Bobby Rice. For the Red Dragons, 13, Robert Eggleston. For Martinsburg, number 14, R.J. Cackley. From St. Albans, number 23, Nathan Hawkins. For the Bulldogs, 32 is Eric Johnson. For the Red Dragons, number 25 is Travis McDonald. For Martinsburg, 33, D.R. Ambrose. For the Red Dragons, 31, Mark Arnett. From Martinsburg, number 34 is Chris Handy. From St. Albans, number 51 is David Switzer. For the Bulldogs, 35, Dion Taylor. For the Red Dragons, 55, Clark Smith. Now introducing the starting lineup. For Martinsburg, 6'2" senior, number 10, Scott Bullitt. For St. Albans, a 5'10" junior, number 15, Scott Tweedy. For the Bulldogs, a 5'9" sophomore, number 11, Marcellus Basie. For the Red Dragons, 6'1" senior, number 33, John Bago. For Martinsburg, at 6'3", a junior, number 30, Aaron Mann. For St. Albans, 6'5", a senior, number 41, Jay Kemplin. For the Bulldogs, the 5'11" sophomore, number 44, Spencer Ferguson. For the Red Dragons, 6'3" senior, number 35, Chris Williams. And for Martinsburg, at 6'3", a sophomore, number 31, Anthony Dokes. For St. Albans, 6'3", senior, number 43, Barry Holmes.
It's game time. The tip-off in 1 minute after this message from Stone & Thomas.
Get into the game plan at Stone & Thomas and find incredible savings on great-looking Lee jeans for men. An exciting lineup of Lee Riders fashions in 100% pre-wash cotton denim that'll get you ready for fun and action. Lee Riders for men. Updated jeans with a high scoring record for quality, style, and comfort. Regularly $21.99. Now just $17.99 at Stone & Thomas. So when your lifestyle calls for great-looking, great-fitting jeans, turn to Lee Riders at Stone & Thomas and win with style.
All right, so I'm driving out for a burger like usual when all of a sudden I hear this music.
Well, I'm tired of the same old thing, the same old way.
Then it hits me. I don't have to eat the same old boring burgers. So I head on over to Rack's and order me a Works burger. Then I take it on over to that Rack's Works bar and fix it up just the way I like it. I tell you what, you eat a burger like that and you're going to hear music too.
This copyrighted broadcast is made under exclusive rights granted to the Metro News Radio Network by the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission. Any rebroadcast, publication, or use of the accounts or description of this game without the express written consent of the Metro News Radio Network is prohibited. Now let's return courtside. Here's Jack Fleming.
Two ball clubs are on the floor. Martinsburg in the orange, St. Albans in the red. St. Albans goes to the left, Martinsburg to the right. Anthony Dokes in there to jump against Jay Kemplin. of St. Albans. John Wooten tosses up the ball, and it's tapped around and picked off by Martinsburg. Marcellus Basie in the backcourt. Boy's husky, 5'6", built like a football player and almost bet. Alley-oop pass, headed inside, unsuccessfully, but a foul called on the play. The ball went into Anthony Dokes, Tony. He didn't get it, but he was fouled.
I think we get an early indication here, Jack, that Martinsburg is going to be a very quick team like we saw last night with the William Park Club and with the Huntington team. Great athletes out there, and you're going to see a lot of that alley-oop lob.
Another alley-oop goes in, and the ball is controlled down on the floor, and they went out of bounds with it. The first foul had been called on Barry Holmes. Now on this one, headed into Aaron Mann. It gets away and touches the end line. And we've got pressure. Got 4 out of 5 players in the St. Albans backcourt applying the pressure. And here come the Dragons. Scott Tweedy trying to get over the midcourt line. He does. Driving down the right side, heading in toward the key. And as he moves on the dribble drive, we have the foul called against Martinsburg. Give the foul to Marcellus Basie. Number 1. Scott Tweedy, fine ball handler, good shooter, will inbound from the far side for St. Albans. Gets the ball into John Bago, and it comes back to Tweedy. Tweedy around to the right side to Bago. Ball goes into the right corner. Taken by Holmes. Out to Bago again. He fires long for the right side off the back of the rim. Missing. Aaron Mann with the rebound and a diving play. Knocking the ball away and out of bounds. Bago slides into the press table, and the ball will be out of bounds to Martinsburg. That was an effort. No score in the ball game. Left to right. Bulldogs on the attack. Almost a minute going by. Here's a drive. Marcellus Bailey gets the ball up in the foul line area. Off the rim, short. Rebound, Chris Williams. Giving the ball to Scott Tweedy. Man-to-man pickup in the backcourt. They get it over the midcourt line, down toward the right corner to Jay Kemplin. Kemplin brings it back outside. Tweedy fires. Long-range three-pointer for the right side. Scott Tweedy hitting. And St. Albans with a 3-0 lead. Got a 45-degree angle from the right side. Here comes Martinsburg underneath, moving the ball down in the hole to Aaron Mann, and he lays it up. Good. 3-2. Nice penetrating pass that time. St. Albans on the move toward the left. Down to Kemplin in the right corner, brings it back out quarter court right side to Bago, and the pass comes deep to Tweedy. Swings it around to the left wing now, down inside to Kemplin. Kemplin tries to lay up a shot unsuccessfully. Carries over the basket, but we have a foul call. Scott Bullitt charged with the foul. That's his first. Kemplin will go to the line. Jake Kemplin, a good shooter, a 6'5 senior, averaging 11.7 on the season. Uses an open stance at the foul line. He's in the circle to the left. Puts it up with the right hand off the right side of the rim. No good. I saw one of the young players last night shooting at that right side all evening long. Just he could not get that ball to the left most of the time. Kemplin does, and he doesn't even ripple the nets. Gets 1 out of 2, 4-2. St. Albans in the lead. Left to right on the attack. Here comes Marcellus Bailey, the 5'6 sophomore, into the front court. The ball goes outside of the right to Bullitt. Bullitt driving into the foul line. Jumper from there. High off the rim. Rebound snagged by Barry Holmes. St. Albans on the attack. They go for the Dragons into the front court on the right side, angling toward the key. Flips it over into the right corner. Kemplin with the ball. Back out to Bago. Bago comes deep to Tweedy. Around to the left side to Williams. He takes the 18-footer for the left. It's good. Chris Williams hitting it. 6-2 ball game. A long one to the right by Martinsburg. And it is no good. Spencer Ferguson misses the rebound. St. Albans. Dragons with the ball. Bago. Long pass down the floor off the fingertips of Chris Williams. Out of bounds at the end line. And Martinsburg will get it back. Two teams that are not afraid to run. Not afraid to look for the open man. They'll use that long pass.
They will, Jack. Back and forth they go. We're seeing two very quick teams and two teams not hesitant to throw it up from long range.
Here is a neat pass going inside to Anthony Dokes. He lays it up and misses. Then in the rebounding area, we get a foul call. And it's going to be charged. Anthony Dokes, I thought so. So he missed the shot, and then as he tried to rebound, he fouled his first one. Use a 2-2-1 alignment defensively past three-quarter court. This is Martinsburg's defense. St. Albans breaks it and gets into the front court. Bago gives the ball to Tweedy outside, and Tweedy goes back to Bago at the hash mark left side, down into the corner. Now the little easy pass into Kemplin. Kemplin has The ball knocked away from him and picked up by Martinsburg, and here come the Bulldogs. 2-on-2 break going underneath. Scott Bullitt tried to lay one up unsuccessfully. The ball comes back outside for another long shot. That was Basie that missed underneath. Then the ball came out to Bullitt. He missed. Now St. Albans goes the other way. Driving layup try by Williams is no good, and the rebound is outside. Incredible. They get it to Tweedy now down to the right corner, and the little rainbow pass goes into Barry Holmes. Tries to lay it up. No good, and the rebound taken by Aaron Mann. Gets the ball down the floor to Basie. Basie drives into the key. 15-foot jumper. Nothing but nets. Marcellus Basie. 6-4. 4:18 to play in the first period. St. Albans leading by 2. St. Albans facing the pressure. Getting the ball to Chris Williams. Williams is a 6'3 senior. Arnold Moore calls him a coach's dream. And he's playing on the right wing. The ball goes over to Williams, drops it into the right corner to Jake Kemplin, who brings the pass back out to Bego. Bego drives into the key, running one-hander from the foul line area. Good. 15-footer. 8-4. St. Albans leading by 4. Here's Basie with the ball, dribbling around, trapped on the far side by Bego. Ball comes back outside. Spencer Ferguson fires, cutting into the key and hits. So Ferguson cuts into the key, shoots from 15, 8-6. St. Albans still in the lead. St. Albans has not been behind. It opened with a three-pointer by Scott Tweedy. John Bego with the ball. Deep in the middle. Pass around to the right wing to Williams. Over near the hash mark. Into the right corners. They set it up usually the same way. Ball comes back out to Tweedy. From three-point range, he hits 20 feet out on the right side. So he has made 2 of them. It's 11-6. Scott Tweedy. Here's a long one by Basie. No good. Rebound off toward the side by Tweedy. And Tweedy back on the attack. Tweedy averages 12.3 a game on the season. Good shooter. Outside, Spencer Ferguson commits the foul for Martinsburg. Exclusive Metro News coverage of the 1988 state tournament is being brought to you in part by Gino's Pizza.
Attention, here is an important announcement. Gino's wants you to save on pizza. Now you can get a 16-inch pizza with 5 toppings for only $8.99. Take your pick of toppings: pepperoni, sausage, green peppers, onions. Give Gino's a call now and get a 5-topping 16-inch pizza delivered to your door for only $8.99. Gino's, a West Virginia company.
Deep dish original, it's tastefully terrific. Make it Gino's, make it Gino's. We make it pizza-rific.
Double rebate days at R.H. Peters Chevrolet. That's right. For a limited time, save on a new Chevy car or truck with GM factory rebate and a special bonus rebate from R.H. Peters Chevrolet. Double rebate days are the time to save on the sleek Chevy Beretta Coupe or Corsica sedan. Style and performance for under $10,000 after $500 manufacturer's rebate and $500 matching rebate from R.H. Peters. Double rebate days are going on now at R.H. Peters Chevrolet. I-64 Hurricane Exit.
Tony, I tried to memorize all of the facts and figures on Dave Rogers in his years with Martinsburg. He has played there. He has coached there. I believe the story is that every time they've come here, he's been with them. I think that is true. So this is a Martinsburg born and bred coach, and a good one, too. All right, St. Albans on the attack. From deep left, Tweedy goes for 3, misses for the first time. Now the ball back out to Tweedy. Penetrating pass into Kemplin. He misses, but the follow-up from the right side by Barry Holmes. So the score is 13-6, a 7-point advantage for St. Albans. Here's a little alley-oop pass going inside to Aaron Mann. Mann trying to get to the basket. The foul called on Tweedy. Let's see whether it is a floor foul or a shooting foul. Floor foul. John Wooten, who's refereeing this game, a former Mountaineer basketball player from Beckley. Here's the inbounds play for Martinsburg. The ball tipped around away from Aaron Mann and out of bounds. And the Bulldogs will put it back in play. 17-6, the final season record coming into this tournament for both clubs. Inbounds pass back deep to Spencer Ferguson. Ferguson drives to the baseline, cuts under, lays it up under pressure. No good in the rebound, taken by Barry Holmes. Holmes giving the ball to Scott Tweedy, and Tweedy brings it up the floor right to left. Over the midcourt line to Bego. The long pass down to the right corner to Kemplin. Kemplin alley-oops it into Holmes. Holmes with coverage on him, lays it up, no good. A follow-up, rolls over the rim, no good in the rebound, pulled out of there. Snared by Martinsburg. Anthony Dokes. Down the floor into the front court. Marcellus Basie handles the ball outside, guarded by John Bego. Here is the alley-oop pass going in again. Deflected, but saved outside. And now to Basie. Basie backs off. Looks for Bullitt on the wing. Bullitt takes the pass. We've got a four-man zone, and we have Tweedy chasing one man. Here's a jump shot taken in front of the basket. No good. Martinsburg, and the rebound by Tweedy. So we'll look at that defense again and see what they're trying to do. Tweedy's long pass trying to hit the open man, Bago, is deflected. And they rule last touching by Martinsburg as it goes out of bounds. Scott Tweedy will inbound it. Tweedy on the near side of the floor. St. Albans leading 13-6 with 1:34 to play in the first period. Tweedy gives it outside deep to the right to Bago. Bago on a dribble drive all the way in, drops it off inside, and scoring Barry Holmes. Beautiful penetration by Bago all the way in, dishes off to Holmes, who scores 15-6. Here comes Basie. Basie giving the ball to Bullitt outside. Bullitt backs off. He's a 6'2 senior. Pass comes deep in the middle to Basie. So Basie from the point. Again, we see Tweedy chasing Spencer Ferguson. And a long shot by Marcellus Basie. 17-foot range at the right of the key. Good. 15-8. I'm trying to figure out exactly why they're chasing Ferguson, because he doesn't rank as that biggest scoring threat. Here's Tweedy with the ball outside, and the pass comes back to the left side to Bago. Bago's penetrating pass down inside for a layup try by Barry Holmes. Misses. Rebound way down the floor, being chased, pursued all the way out of bounds, and given out to St. Albans. Two St. Albans players vying with Ferguson trying to get to the ball. Tweedy and Bago in pursuit. All of them were after it, and the official right there ruled the final touching was by Martinsburg. Now Martinsburg pressure in the backcourt as they cover them man-to-man. Tweedy doubled up. He moves the ball over to Bago. Bago coming into the front court. Pass goes over to the right side to Chris Williams, and back out again to Scott Tweedy. Into the right corner, Jay Kemplin. He brings the ball back to Bago. See if Martinsburg sticking to a man-to-man. Not there, dropping off two. And here's the pass penetrating down under the basket and deflected out of bounds, and will be given out to Martinsburg. So we've got 10 seconds remaining to play in the first period. Martinsburg trying to get a shot away. Basie outside, gives the ball to Bullitt. Bullitt fires long off the close side of the rim. No good. That was a three-pointer. Rebound by St. Albans as we come to the end of the first period with the score. St. Albans 15, Martinsburg 8. This is the Metro News Radio Network. St. Albans will inbound the ball on the near side at midcourt. Pass goes into John Bago. Bago cutting down to 15, firing it up in the foul line area, no good. The follow-up, spinning around the rim, down, rebounded by Martinsburg. Marcellus Bailey feeding the ball down the floor, driving underneath the laid-up. Ferguson misses. Rebound pulled out of there by Chris Williams. And a follow-up try from the left side, no good, and a tie-up. Martinsburg will put the ball in play. Eric Johnson into the ball game for Martinsburg, a 5'9" sophomore. And here's Basie on a drive across the key, fouled along the foul line. Chris Williams reaching in gets his first foul. And that is the third team foul on the Dragons. Martinsburg on the attack. Scott Bullitt Alley-oop pass. Got it inside. Laid up by Anthony Dokes beautifully. 15-10. 5-point advantage for St. Albans. So Martinsburg has cut 4 off of a 9-point lead. Outside in the middle, Bago with the ball coming back to the left wing over to Tweedy. Tweedy cut off in the zone defense. The play at 2-3. It's very active. Here's a penetrating pass knocked down, and Martinsburg going for the ball. The pass was knocked down by Aaron Mann, and in the scramble for the ball, the foul was called on Barry Holmes. Give it to Jay Kemplin. That's his first. Marcellus Bailey will inbound the ball. Marcellus Basie. Thank you. Eric Johnson in the backcourt with him. Basie coming down to the left of the key. Gets the ball inside the Bullet. Bullet fires one up and banks it unsuccessfully. Over on the right side. The ball rebounded by Eric Johnson. Back out to Basie. Long one good for 3. Marcellus Basie. Now that's his third field goal. His first three-pointer. 15-13. And from a 15-8 deficit, Martinsburg has cut it down to 2. In the front court, Tweedy out of control, tries to save it. Back in, Basie takes it, drives, lays it up good. Tweedy that time was trying to save the ball on the near side. Had no luck. Flipped it back in, and Basie took it. Ties it up 15-15. Keep in mind, St. Albans is leading 15-6. Now we have a foul called on the Bulldogs. Charge it to Eric Johnson. #15 foul. St. Albans will go to the line. John Bago. Bago, a strong defensive player, was showing his ability that time to handle the basketball on offense when the foul was committed. And here he is at the line to the left. Puts it up. Good. That's the front end of a 1+1. His third point of the afternoon. 16-15 in favor of the Dragons. Bago, a 6'1" senior. Back at the line. Dips, shoots, back of the rim, long. No good rebound. Aaron Mann, Martinsburg loses the ball. Picked off by Chris Williams. St. Albans back on the attack, and they set it up with Tweedy. Half-court offense. Looks like Martinsburg matching up man-to-man this time. We'll see how they work it. Ball trapped down in the corner, but they get it back outside again to Bago. Bago drives into the key, feeds it off down to the baseline to Jay Kemplin. Kemplin retreats into the left corner. They work it back out to Bago. Bago cutting into the circle, fires it from the paint and hits it. 13-footer John Bago. 18-15. St. Albans back with a 3-point lead. Martinsburg had narrowed the chase down to a tie ball game. And here is a pass by Johnson down and underneath, intercepted. Taken away by St. Albans' Barry Holmes. Dragons back on the attack. Into the front court to Chris Williams. To Holmes in the left corner. Drives the baseline, comes under, lays it up good, and he was fouled. Barry Holmes came all the way across from the left baseline. Got the close-in layup. Fouled on the play. So Holmes will get a chance at the 3-point play. Marcellus Basie commits his second foul, and Holmes gets his first free throw. He uses a wide-open stance, feet spread wide apart, dips low, puts it up with the right hand, good. Barry Holmes now with 7 for the Dragons. 21-15, the lead back to 6. And a pass for Martinsburg trickles off the fingertips of Spencer Ferguson and drops out of bounds. Martinsburg had closed from a 15-6 deficit to a 15-15 tie, and now sees itself back in the hole by 6 points. And St. Albans owns the basketball in the front court. The pass from right corner in underneath to Barry Holmes, and he lays it up. Beautifully executed from Chris Williams into Holmes. 23-15. The lead is 8. Martinsburg, Scott Bullitt driving into the circle, loses the ball, knocked down, and then tracked down in the corner. Out of bounds. Spencer Ferguson tried to save it. But the ruling, it hit the line. So the Dragons have it back again. Right to left, John Bago brings the ball up the floor. Bago encounters the defense, moves the ball over to Scott Tweedy. Tweedy down the near side, gets it into the corner to Jay Kemplin, who is fouled. Foul on Aaron Mann of Martinsburg, his first. Kemplin will go to the line. He is 1 out of 2 in the free throw area. 6'5" senior, averaging 11.7 per game, has not had a field goal today. But now on the 1-on-1, he's at the line to the left, puts it up, and it is good. Kemplin makes the lead 24-15. 4:45 to play in the second period. Kemplin had it inside, it hopped out and bounced back in again. A 25-15 lead, 10 points, biggest of the ball game. St. Albans on top. Johnson rather. Reverse move into the key to put up a 14-footer that is no good. And here comes Bago with the ball. Suddenly, Martinsburg's offensive attack has gone totally sour after the Bulldogs had battled back from a 9-point deficit to tie the game at 15. They have not scored since. Down to the right corner. Holmes with the ball for St. Albans. Out to Tweedy. Look out. He hits a three-pointer. That's his third. He has taken 4 3-point shots, and he has made 3 out of 4, 28-15. The lead is 13 points. And that game with 4:15 to play. Cutting into the lane, getting the shot away. Spencer Ferguson missing off the rim. Rebound, tracked down to St. Albans. Dragons, Jake Kemplin gives the ball to Tweedy. And Tweedy comes up toward the midcourt line. Tweedy coming into the front court, handles the ball beautifully, drives into the key, feeds it off the baseline to Holmes, comes under, reverses a shot that won't go, and we have a foul called on the rebound. Jay Kemplin charged with his second personal. Martinsburg bringing Corey Tucker into the game, a 6'1" junior. Jay Kemplin sits down. And into the ball game, David Switzer, good spot player for St. Albans. Aaron Mann goes to the line. Free throw bounces across, rolls in. So that is 3:39 to go when Mann gets that free throw. They've gone almost 3 minutes without scoring. He hits another one. Aaron Mann gets a pair of them for Martinsburg. And with a break in the action, we take a moment to hear from the professionals at Morgantown Physical Therapy Associates.
Sometimes all it takes to put you out of the game is one word: ouch. But you don't have to be an all-star athlete to get true sports medical care. Sports Medicine Institute, which includes Morgantown Physical Therapy Associates and Morgantown Orthopedic Associates, provides professional care for the non-professional athlete, from tennis elbow to in-depth rehabilitation. You don't have to live with discomfort or settle for less than your best performance. Let Morgantown Physical Therapy take the ouch out of your game and your life. In Morgantown, call 599-2515.
If you're in high school or have a son or daughter about to graduate and you're looking at the possibilities of higher education, look at Glenville State. Look at such four-year programs as sports management, nursing, education. Look at Glenville State's two-year degree programs in forestry, land surveying, petroleum engineering technology, business, and look into financial aid. A better future is affordable. Let your high school diploma be a first step up. Look into your future and reach for something better. Glenville State.
Jack Fleming with Tony Caridi. Interesting first half. We saw Martinsburg fall behind 9 points, came charging back to tie it. Now Martinsburg down by 11.
Game of spurts. You're right. Martinsburg came back with 8 after trailing 15-8, and then St. Albans went on to a 13-point spurt unanswered, and now we look at it, an 11-point game.
So what's it all about? Let's see what makes them tick. Here's St. Albans in the front court, and Martinsburg man-to-man, half court. Try to get after that ball and see if this will work a little better as far as the Bulldogs are concerned. Ball comes outside to Bago. They work it around on the right wing over to Scott Tweedy. So here's the man offense of St. Albans. And a little alley-oop pass goes into Holmes. Holmes in traffic, puts it up in front, back of the rim, misses. And the rebound snare by Anthony Dokes. Well, they collapsed from that man-to-man right around the man with the ball, Barry Holmes. All right, here comes Martinsburg. Driving in, Spencer Ferguson goes up for a shot that is blocked. The ball comes to Anthony Dokes. He follows it up good. 28-19. We now have 2:45 to play. And here's a player rolling under our broadcast table as St. Albans goes into the front court. That was Scott Bullitt with a diving try that brought him right under Tony's chair. A little alley-oop pass from the right corner. Inside to Barry Holmes, lays it up. It's good. Great plays being made out of that right corner over there on those passes inside. 30-19, St. Albans. Here's an alley-oop going down inside. It is deflected and the foul called against St. Albans. Charged it up to David Switzer. That's his first. Marcellus Basie coming back into the ball game in place of Scott Bullitt for Martinsburg. 2:19 to play. Anthony Dokes will be at the line on the 1+1. Martinsburg 2 for 2 at the line. Aaron Mann made both of them. Here's the free throw, bouncing over, bouncing back out, rolling down, and tipped out of bounds. And given out to St. Albans. Barry Holmes will inbound it. Inbounds pass coming to John Bago. Bago handles it with the left hand, swings over to the right, coming over the midcourt line, right to left. He's in the front court. They double him up outside. The ball goes deep out to Tweedy. Tweedy's pass like an arrow down and underneath for a fall-away shot try by Holmes that is no good. And on the rebounding attempt, we get the whistle again. Foul will be charged to St. Albans. Chris Williams, number 2. Williams, a 6'3" senior. 30-19, 2:03 to go. And Aaron Mann will be back at the line on the 1+1 for Martinsburg. Mann is 2 for 2 at the free throw line. And across the way, Travis McDonald, 6'4" senior, coming off the St. Albans bench, replacing Chris Williams. As Arnold Moore makes a change. Here's Aaron Mann at the line to our right, hitting. 30-20. 10-point advantage for the Red Dragons. Aaron Mann's second shot, short side of the rim, no good, but a follow-up on the rebound put up there, misses, and the rebound taken by St. Albans. Corey Tucker fired that follow-up shot that didn't drop. Dragons with the ball. Here's a pass broken up. Driving down. Spencer Ferguson lays it up good. Great defensive play by Ferguson. 30-22. Stole it almost at midcourt. Again, the pressure in the backcourt. Stand with them man-to-man all the way down the floor. Switzer trying to get over the 10-second line. Flips the ball into the front court to Bago. Bago playing off of Travis McDonald. Back to Bago. And Bago with a neat dribble going into the key. And he trips, almost goes down. We get a foul call. And this goes to Spencer Ferguson. That's his second. The foul charge to the Bulldogs. Now, Corey Tucker comes out. And Dion Taylor is in for Martinsburg, a 6'2" junior. And back in comes Scott Bullitt. Spencer Ferguson sits down. And Dave Rogers going to his bench and alternating people. And the official scorer sounds the horn. He wants an explanation from the official. At the line will be John Bago. Bago is 1 out of 2. Bago on the 1+1. Ready, dips, shoots, good. Bago 2 out of 3 at the foul line. 31-22 game, minute 25 remaining in the first half here at the Charleston Civic Center. Bago goes through his preparation again before the bonus shot. In the circle to our left, flips it up from just overhead, around the rim, not quite drops. Rebound, Aaron Mann, Martinsburg. Here come the Bulldogs. Marcellus Basie driving over the midcourt line, turns on the speed, cuts in front of the foul line, tries to pass. It's deflected and tie up. And we go in the other direction on the alternating possession error. St. Albans gets it back. Martinsburg making a preponderance of offensive mistakes, particularly on the penetrating moves and the passes trying to get that ball in tight underneath. Down comes St. Albans. Neat pass into Travis McDonald. He is there to lay it up for the Dragons. 33-22. 1 minute to go in the first half. Martinsburg back in the front court to the right wing to Scott Bullock. Drives across the key. Drops the ball off to Anthony Dokes. Dokes outside, number Salas Basie. Basie being guarded by Bago. Ball comes right side to Bullock. Bullock makes his move toward the foul line. Checks up at 15. Drops the ball off outside. Anthony Dokes. Got a man right on him. And his pass is broken up and stolen by John Bago. Bago coming down, feeds it off, and a driving layup try is no good. Travis McDonald coming under the hoop. His shot would not drop. We have a foul called after the shot. And it's going to be charged to Jay Kemplin. Nope, give it to David Switzer, his second. So back down to the other end, Martinsburg will be the shooter. 26 seconds remaining to play in the first half. We had over 11,000 for the two sessions yesterday. Nice crowd for this early afternoon session today. At the line to the right, Deion Taylor hitting for Martinsburg. And the bonus shot. 33-23. 10-point advantage for St. Albans. Taylor, another one good. Makes a pair of them. 33-24. Red Dragons with pressure on them, moving the ball right to left. Clock reads 20 seconds to go as Tweedy comes into the front court. Pass swung around to the left side over to Switzer. Switzer gets it to Holmes, back outside to Tweedy, and Tweedy backs off on the dribble. 10 seconds to play in the first half. And the ball from Switzer over to Tweedy. Tweedy baseline left. They pick him up. Back outside. Long shot by Bago. Top of the key for two. No good. The rebound by Martinsburg as the buzzer sounds. Halftime at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum with the score. St. Albans 33. Martinsburg 24. This is the Metro News Radio Network.
Young team to begin with the sophomores, and so this is their first state tournament appearance. At the same time, they're the visiting team without any question. They've had to travel the farthest. They had to sleep in the different beds, and now they're on this big floor for the first time. St. Albans sleeps at home during the state tournament. They're a more experienced team with the senior leadership. However, I do feel that in the second half, Martinsburg will make a comeback, and they'll be in this basketball game one way or another. They're down by 9 right now, but I think they're about ready to get themselves on track.
Where do you see the major adjustment?
Well, I just think Scott Bullitt, one of the only senior out there, did not score in the first half, and he's the kind of a guy that once he starts heating up, he's a good outside shooter. He'll get some things going, force the St. Albans defense out, then they'll start working the ball down low to Aaron Mann, and that will get them into their offensive flow. Also, Marcellus Basie spent much of the second quarter on the bench. He's not in foul trouble, but he was on the bench there, and I think that Coach Rogers pulled him out there just to say, hey, this is what I want you to do. Go out there, relax, play your game. So I think this is going to be a tight game.
Martinsburg will have the ball first. Inbounded Scott Bullock to Marcellus Basie. Bulldogs go to the left as we view the ball game for you. Anthony Dokes takes it high, whips it around to Mann on the right side. Then back out to Ferguson. They got their starting lineup in there. Ferguson fires the shot. Gets it away from the left. We had a foul on Scott Tweedy. That is his second. And it is a two-shot foul. Number 2 on Scott Tweedy. We had Martinsburg with 9 turnovers in the first half. A fair bunch. There's Ferguson at the line for the first time, and he hits. Now comes the bonus shot. 33-25. Ferguson's second shot off the back of the rim, rebounded by Chris Williams for St. Albans. Red Dragons on the attack. Tweedy, who took 4 shots, all from three-point territory, made 3 of them in the first half, brings it into the front court. To Bago, over to Tweedy, down toward the left corner to Holmes, and then back outside. They bring Chris Williams very high. Williams will shoot from 16. Rolls it over the rim, no good, and on the rebound, Anthony Dokes digs it off the glass. Here they come, Martinsburg right to left. Marcellus Basie goes into the key, fakes a man, tries to dish it off inside. In a crowd, we get a whistle. We also get a shot. The ball went through. Let's see what the officials rule. No basket. Foul ahead of the shot. Jay Kemplin gets his 3rd foul. There will be no shooting. Aaron Mann was already stationed at the foul line, but no basket, no shooting. Switzer enters the lineup for St. Albans. Ball goes into the right corner to Basie. Basie on the baseline right, gets it back outside to Ferguson. Ferguson deep in the middle to Bullitt. Bullitt fires for 3, almost had it, not quite. Rebound, snagged by John Bago. Here come the Red Dragons. Bago left to right, up over the 10-second line, into the front court, down to the left corner. And in that corner, they've got Switzer, a senior, off the bench. Round to the right wing now. They take the ball to Williams, down to the right corner to Switzer, and back out to Tweedy. Across it goes to John Bago. A lot of activity in the middle of that Martinsburg zone. And the official calls it. Looked like sumo wrestling. And finally, the whistle blew and put an end to it. Anthony Dokes gets his 2nd foul. So that ought to ease the situation up inside a little. Here's the inbounds play for St. Albans. Knocked away by Martinsburg. Picked up at the end line by Switzer. And Switzer gets it out of there. Nice play. They come deep over to Bago. Bago tries to shoot. Knocked away from him. Saved by Tweedy near the center line. Down to Bago. Bago feeds it down to the baseline. Shot put up down there by Barry Holmes. Unsuccessfully. 2 men, 3 men on the floor. And the foul called. The body's flying. Aaron Mann gets his 2nd foul. Now, what we're trying to say is this is a physical game. We're not inferring to any degree that there's any dirty play. It's just a good, strong, physical basketball game.
Players are going down, and on their way up, the other team is picking him up and sliding him on the back, slapping him on the backside. So you're right, Jack. The intensity's there, but there's no maliciousness.
At the line, Barry Holmes makes the first point of the second half for St. Albans with 6:26 to go in the 3rd quarter, and he cans the 2nd free throw. It is 35-25. Right to left. Bulldogs on the attack. Basie, right side of the key, slips it back out to Ferguson. Ferguson around to the left to Bullitt. Bullitt takes the long shot for 2. No good off the inside of the rim, and the rebound tie-up, and the ball goes to St. Albans on the alternate possession error. Bounce pass, inbounds it to Scott Tweedy. Tweedy, the premium ball handler for this club and an outstanding shooter, into the front court. Now they work the pass down to the baseline. Switzer tries to get underneath. The ball knocked away by Martinsburg. Here come the Bulldogs. Bullitt down to Ferguson. Ferguson lays it up good. Nice pass. Good, powerful, low, long bounce pass. 35-27. And responding, Ferguson picks up the field goal. St. Albans back in the front court. Chris Williams, key man, if you don't see much in there, playing a good part on the offense. Now the pass down deep, stolen away by Ferguson. Martinsburg has it back. Basie shoots from the top of the circle, misses, rebounds, turnaround, follow up from the right, hits it. Incredible. Basie took the shot from the top of the key, missed it, went down on the right side, rebounded it, picked up the defenders, turned around and followed it up, about 10 feet off on the right side, and hit nothing but nets. So the score is 35-29. Basie showing his talent. Again, that battle inside. And it is a battle for position. Bago outside. Bago moves the ball deep to Williams. Back over to Bago, a 14-foot jumper. Misfires. Rebound Scott Bullitt. Down the floor to Basie. Basie driving into the left of the key. Basie wheels around, flips it into the left corner to Ferguson. Back out to Basie again. Basie for 3. Good. Marcellus Basie. 3-pointer. 35-32. Like you said, Tony, you said they would be back. Calculated that one right on the nose. Bago in the front court, down to the right corner to Switzer. St. Albans trying to get his forces pulled together. Arnold Moore sits so calmly and watches Tweedy from the outside. Goes for three. That was his fifth one. Would not drop. Rebound, Martinsburg. Down comes the ball to Ferguson. He drives for the layup. It won't go, but he is fouled. So Tweedy is now 3 for 5 from three-point territory. Foul is called on John Bago. That's his first. At the line, Spencer Ferguson of Martinsburg, who is 1 of 2. 35-32. Bulldogs have battled back here in the third period. Ferguson hits. 35-33. St. Albans has had 2 free throws in the third period. I mean, has made 2 free throws, that's all. Barry Holmes made them. Spencer Ferguson off the rim, right side, and the rebound, David Switzer, St. Albans. 2-point deficit. Bulldogs have come back from a 33-24 deficit and from a 35-25 deficit. It is 35-33. Pass goes into Tweedy. He lost it. Picked off by Basie. Basie coming down the floor. Basie loses it. Collision and a foul called. Foul charge to St. Albans. Exclusive Metro News coverage of the 1988 state tournament is brought to you in part by Jambi's Restaurant.
No matter why you're coming to Morgantown, your trip is wasted if you don't make it into Jambi's Restaurant before you leave. In fact, Jambi's ought to be the reason you come to Morgantown. You won't find Italian food in Italy that's better than Jambi's. Lasagna, manicotti, fresh veal parmesan, shrimp scampi. You're a real meat and potatoes kind of guy? Try Jambi's perfect steaks. Mexican, Jambi's chimichanga. Hey, that's just a little part of the menu. Jambi's, University Avenue, just off Patterson Drive, makes a celebration out of your day in Morgantown.
Get into the game plan at Stone & Thomas and find incredible savings on great-looking Lee jeans for men. An exciting lineup of Lee Riders fashions in 100% pre-wash cotton denim that'll get you ready for fun and action. Lee Riders for men. Updated jeans with a high scoring record for quality, style, and comfort. Regularly $21.99. Now just $17.99 at Stone & Thomas. So when your lifestyle calls for great-looking, great-fitting jeans, turn to Lee Riders at Stone & Thomas and win with style.
4:02 to play in the third quarter. 35-33. Martinsburg right back in the thick of it. And you sit there like Solomon shaking your head.
Well, I just thought in the first half, Jack, that Basie really wasn't into his game. He's such a tremendous little spark plug for this team.
Right now, they get the shot out beyond the foul line from Aaron Mann. It will not drop. And the rebound taken by Scott Tweedy. St. Albans back on the attack. St. Albans has not had a field goal in the third period. Left wing to Holmes, back out to Tweedy again, and Tweedy gives it deep to Williams, swings it around to the right to Bago. Bago cutting to 14, firing, bouncing it over the rim with 3:34 on the clock. He hits a field goal. So John Bago, now the long shot for Martinsburg, no good. Rebound, St. Albans. Ooh, Bago working right on top of the center line. Managed to not commit the violation. They get it inside. The ball is laid up by Switzer. He was bumped a little, wouldn't drop. And the rebound taken by Martinsburg. Down comes Bullitt. Bullitt over his defender's head from the right side. Rolls it across. It bounces off the left side. And we have a foul on the rebound. And the foul goes to Aaron Mann of Martinsburg. 3:04 to play in the period. Mann, the 6'4" junior pivot for Martinsburg, charged with the foul. So St. Albans went 4 minutes and 26 seconds before he got his first field goal of the third period. Here is the penetrating pass from Chris Williams, baseline right into Holmes, off his fingertips, out of bounds. The turnover gives it back to the Bulldogs. Marcellus Basie up the far side, medium speed, into the front court. Calls for the half-court offense. Feeds it to the high post. Taken by Aaron Mann. Tries to drop it off. Stolen. Taken away by Bago. Bago driving down the floor. Makes the jump shot. Doesn't drop. And the ball is out of bounds to Martinsburg. Good coverage that time by Aaron Mann. Played him. And you can tell Mann did not want to play him too tightly because he already has 3 fouls. Played him well. Gave him enough intimidation that nice little neat shot was off the mark. Eric Johnson back in the ballgame now for Martinsburg in place of Mann. And here is the pass going down in the hole, and it is high. Picked off by Scott Tweedy. Went right off the fingertips of the receiver. Tweedy under pressure, firing down the far side of the floor, and the pass is deflected by Anthony Dokes. Goes out of bounds. Inbounder will be Scott Tweedy. Tweedy into John Bago. And back to Tweedy outside. St. Albans up by 4 in the offensive area. And here's the pass going down to Holmes. Holmes tries to lay it up. Won't go. And he is fouled by Anthony Dokes, number 3 on Dokes. John Bago fired the pass down to Barry Holmes. Holmes, a 6'3" workhorse down underneath. Went up, was fouled, and the ball came off the bottom of the rim. So Holmes, who was 3 for 3 at the line and 13 points in the game, at the line to the right, puts it up, bounces it over the rim and in.
Jack,
38-33.
Excuse me, after starting strong, Martinsburg has gone scoreless here over 2 minutes and 18 seconds.
And Holmes misses. Short. Rebound, Dokes. 38-33. It's amazing, the ebb and flow of the game, the way it works. Outside, the ball taken by Basie. Basie feeds it off over to Bullitt. Bullitt fires the one-hander. It's off the rim, no good, and the rebound comes down for a follow-up shot from outside by Johnson. He misses, and the rebound taken by John Bago of St. Albans. Long pass down to Holmes. Holmes controls it. Gets it back outside to Bago. Bago doubled up. He's in a trap. Open man down to Holmes. Baseline left for a jumper. Air ball. And taken on the right side by Eric Johnson. Johnson back down the floor for Martinsburg with 1:25 to play in the third quarter. He backs outside. Scott Bullitt over on the wing. Nice pass into Ferguson. Lays it up and hits it. That was a neat pass. Did not telegraph it. Hit it beautifully. 38-35 as he went to the cutter. Spencer Ferguson, who scored it. 1:10 to go. St. Albans on the attack. Into the left corner to Chris Williams. Williams, the workhorse. They get it back out to Tweedy for 3. That is his 6th one. It didn't drop. He is 3 out of 6. Rebound taken by Scott Bullitt. Martinsburg back down the floor. Bounce pass knocked down, but saved. And put up there by Anthony Dokes, and it almost went in. He banked it, went in, and came out. Dokes had to save that ball. Picked it up, did not hesitate, sort of hooked it. Got the bank shot, but it would not stay in. Here comes St. Albans back, leading by 3. Tweedy outside, swings it around to the right to Switzer. Switzer's pass down in the hole, knocked down by Dokes. Dokes release pass, intercepted by Bago. Bago goes underneath to Holmes. Holmes tries to score, doesn't do it, but he is fouled. Fouls on Scott Bullitt. And again, you see the clash of bodies down inside. Barry Holmes will go to the line. Holmes has made 4 out of 5. (38-35) in favor of St. Albans. Holmes at the line to the right. Opens up his stance. Taps the ball. Shoots with the right hand. Short. 2 in a row. He had made 4 in a row. This is 2 times in succession that he has been short. 29 seconds to play in the third period. This one is through the middle. He's made 5 out of 7. 39-35 ball game. St. Albans leading by 4. Right to left. Bulldogs back in the front court. Clock at 22. Driving over to the right. Eric Johnson tries to drop it off. It is knocked away. He saves it outside. Looks like a box and 1 as they put John Bago on Marcellus Basie. And they get the shot from the right corner by Bullitt. It's an air ball picked up on the left side, taken back to the basket by Johnson, who lays it up no good. And down comes St. Albans. A long one by Tweedy. Almost. That was a 3-point try plus by Tweedy from the outside off the rim. The end of the third period, the score, St. Albans 39, Martinsburg 35. This is the Metro News Radio Network. Martinsburg will inbound it to start the final period. The ball goes into Eric Johnson, the 5'9" sophomore. Right to left coming into the front court, picked up by Scott Tweedy. Swings the ball on the pass over to the left wing to Basie. Basie dribbling into the key, working his way up for a shot from about 15 feet at the left of the circle. Shot isn't close, but he's fouled.
Jack, third quarter shooting statistics. St. Albans 1 of 10 from the field, 10%. Martinsburg 4 of 15, 26.6%. From the foul line, St. Albans 4 of 6, Martinsburg 2 of 4. So a horrendous shooting half for a quarter for both clubs in the third.
Basie with 14 points at the line to the left, getting his first free throw. Trickles off to the left. No good. Average of 17 points per game, has 14 already in this one. Second shot is there. Cutting the lead to 39-36 here at the start of the fourth period. 7:45 to go in the ball game. It has been pretty tight all the way, but St. Albans has led it all the way. The feed goes in underneath, and responding, Jay Kemplin. That's his first field goal. The ball came in from Barry Holmes. 41-36. St. Albans takes the 5-point lead. Back in the front court, Eric Johnson. Pass to the right wing. Basie cutting into the key, trying to get the shot away in front of the foul line from 12-foot range, and he goes down on the floor. He isn't close. His shot was stuffed right back in the cannon, and the foul called on John Bego, his third.
33 Bego, third personal.
Bucky Waters used to have this advice when he coached at West Virginia. If you're going to foul them, make them feel it. And that's one of those fouls that you feel.
Marcellus felt that one on the ground.
Right down on the on the floor, not the turf. Look at this. The free throw for Basie inside the hoop, hops right back out at him. Basie puts it up again. This time rolls it around, trickles off to the right. And on the rebounding play, we get a foul called. This one charged to Martinsburg.
32 for the Bulldogs.
Eric Johnson, his second. Basie is 1 for 4 at the foul line. Critical free throws, not dropping for the young man. Jay Kemplin will go to the line now for St. Albans. He is 3 out of 4 in the free throw area. Has 5 points in the game. At the line to the right, the 6'5" senior hits. 42-36. Kemplin averaging 11.7 on the season. He's hit only 1 field goal. He is a good shooter. Here's Kemplin scoring again at the foul line. 43-36. They're back out to a 7-point advantage. Martinsburg in the front court to the right wing to Basie. Basie lets it fly off the short side of the rim. Missing. Rebound Kemplin for St. Albans. Dragons on the move. Bego, long pass down on the left side. Barry Holmes back out to Bego. And to the point to Tweedy. They're swinging around to the right to Chris Williams. Down toward the right corner. Taken by Kemplin. Still got a chaser down inside. And the ball goes to Kemplin. Turnaround shot. No good. Off the floor. Kemplin gets it to Tweedy. And Tweedy brings it back out to reset. Giving the ball to Bego. Bego fires a pass down deep. Kemplin can't handle it. It goes out of bounds. You see Arnold Moore holding his hands out, meaning steady, steady. The man shows very little emotion, doesn't he? Beautiful. He just sits on that chair and watches and peers. And here's the ball stolen by Tweedy, taken away from Martinsburg. Meantime, Johnson stabs at Tweedy, can't get it back. And on the attack, St. Albans with the ball. Tweedy's pass underneath, taken by Barry Holmes, laid up too hard. Spins out on him. Rebound Martinsburg. The ball to Basie. Basie driving, goes into the key, feeds it off down to the baseline, and it is laid up by Johnson. Good. Fast break and a fine transition play. 43-38. John Bego for St. Albans. Trying to get loose. They double him up. They'll cover you man-to-man, and they double up on the ball. Get into that trap very quickly. Down to the left corner, Kemplin holds it high over his head. Hits to Tweedy, and Tweedy didn't even handle it. Just tipped it down to Barry Holmes, and Holmes scores. The pass came to Tweedy, who was out on the high post. He simply gave it a volleyball tap, and it went to the cutter, and they scored. 45-38. Here is pass going into Aaron Mann. Aaron Mann turns to the basket, puts it in, and he was fouled. His foul goes to Chris Williams, his third. Mann will go to the line where he's made 3 out of 4. 45-40. So you see a great play at one end of the court, you come right back, and they duplicate it down at the other end. Aaron Mann, a 6'4 junior at the line for Martinsburg to our left. A little over to the right, bounces off the rim, and the rebound taken by Barry Holmes for St. Albans. Dragons on the attack with 5:20 to play in the ballgame. Man-to-man coverage. Martinsburg after them all around straight up, and the pass to the right off Chris Williams' fingertips. We have a timeout on the court, and it's a great time to hear from Rack's Restaurant.
All right, so I'm driving out for a burger like usual, when all of a sudden I hear this music.
Well, I'm tired of the same old thing, the same old way.
Then it hits me. I don't have to eat the same old boring burgers. So I head on over to Rack's and order me a Works burger. Then I take it on over to that Rack's Works bar and fix it up just the way I like it. I tell you what, you eat a burger like that and you're going to hear music too.
America's body shops are being flooded with imitation parts, doors, hoods, and fenders. How do you protect yourself against these imitations? Ask to see your repair order before insurance work begins, and make sure it specifies genuine GM parts. Parts designed to General Motors standards for fit, finish, and corrosion protection.
For expert service and genuine GM parts, see Mr. Goodwrench at R.H. Peters Chevrolet, Hurricane exit of I-64. No one knows your GM car better. No one.
5:12 to go in the ball game. St. Albans leading 45-40. The game has never gotten out of reach for Martinsburg. The gap has opened. It has closed. But relentlessly, St. Albans has held on to that lead, like a Bulldog, like I said last night, against the Bulldogs. And here come the Bulldogs. Let's see what they can do. Into the front court, Basie with the ball. Over to the right wing to Corey Tucker, who is back in the ballgame, the 6'1 junior. Now outside the Bullet. Bullet works with it on the dribble. Passes back to Basie. Basie one-on-one. Ball slapped away by Bago. Basie saves it. Gives it left to Bullet. Bullet. A little rainbow pass, not the big high alley-oop. Gets it inside for a shot by Mann that won't go. And the rebound taken by Holmes. Outlets the ball to Tweedy, and Tweedy up over the midcourt line to Bago, and Bago puts it on the floor. Pass into the right corner to Holmes. Man-to-man coverage by Martinsburg. Pass goes inside to Kemplin. Tries to lay it up in front of the basket unsuccessfully. Picks up on the rebound as it got away from Martinsburg. Taken by Bago, and now we have a whistle and a foul. Martinsburg had the rebound, lost it. Bago picked it up and was fouled.
Martinsburg foul on number 12, Corey Tucker.
Give the foul to Corey Tucker, his first. John Bago will be at the line where he is 2 out of 4. He has 8 points in the game. 4:29 to go. 45-40 St. Albans. Bago dips. Hammers the ball, gets into his rhythm, puts it up with the right hand, and goes across, hits the board, pops back out, rebound Aaron Mann, long pass down the floor, and here comes Basie into the key. Feeds it down underneath the Bullet, and Bullet has it slapped away. St. Albans gets it back. Back up the floor, Scott Tweedy. Tweedy into the front court right side to Williams, down to the right corner to Holmes, and Holmes gets the ball into Kemplin, the big guy, has to feed it back outside. Kemplin has it again. They team up on him, but he scores it. Kemplin inside triple team as they packed it in around him. 47-40. Basie now puts up an air ball from 15 right side of the key, and the ball is out of bounds to St. Albans. Jake Kemplin making probably the best play he has had in the game for St. Albans. Really good inside move. Now we get a timeout in the ballgame. West Virginia's 75th State Basketball Tournament continues with Hoppy Kercheval and this Metro News Golden Moment.
The year was 1945. The site, the West Virginia Fieldhouse. One of the biggest upsets in state tournament history. The Normantown Vikings from Gilmer County would beat the odds to become the state champions, despite being the smallest school in the entire state.
Just 20 seconds left in the game here at the WVU Fieldhouse. Normantown's Earl Gaynor with the ball, dribbling outside. Normantown up by a point over Logan. Now 15 seconds to go. Gaynor continues to dribble, handles the ball beautifully. 10 seconds and the Normantown dream will become reality. The smallest school in our state is about to win the title game over undefeated Logan. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. It's all over. Normantown has done it. The team from a town, less than 100 people, is the best basketball team in the Mountain State.
The West Virginia State Championship. Memories that last a lifetime.
Tony, in my defense, did I point out that that great moment was recreated?
No.
And at the time that Normantown won that title, I was in grade school. I wasn't even old enough to go to the field house. Jay Jacobs was there. All right, we put the ball in play, and we got a whistle almost immediately. Great moments. Normantown, that little tiny town up toward the Panhandle, winning the championship over 40 years ago. We got a foul call here against Martinsburg, and we're going to charge this one to Spencer Ferguson, his third, and John Bago is going to try again. Bago has hit a cold stretch. He has missed a pair at the line his last two. Here's Bago on the 1+1. Bago shoots, rolls it over the rim, drifts off to the left, no good, rebound bullet, and the outlet gets away, broken up by Bago. And the ball goes to Martinsburg, out of bounds. When they say Bago is their top defensive player, I believe it. The man is everywhere, diving, leaping. St. Albans man-to-man, top of the key. Dokes handling the ball. Drops the pass off the Bullet. Bullet, little alley-oop going inside, intended for Dokes. Broken up in there, and we get a foul call. Going to the other end of the floor, so apparently the foul will be on Dokes.
Story in this game, excuse me, Jack, has to be Scott Bullet. He comes in averaging 13.3 a game, and he has not scored.
He has been tied up in a box like my favorite magician, David Copperfield, and he can't get out. Holmes at the line to the right hits it. 48-40. Bounces it over the rim and in good. 49-40. Outside, Bullet with the ball. He hits for three. There it is. You no sooner said it than he did it. 49-43. I wish he'd come to West Virginia to play next year. Could we have some fun with that? The silver bullet, the golden bullet. I can hear it now. And here's St. Albans on the attack. Dragons get the ball inside. Kempler with a turnaround shot. Bounces high over the rim. Rebound pulled out of there by Basie. Martinsburg driving down into the front court. Feeds the ball down to the baseline right side. Bullet comes back to the basket and banks it in. Tony Caridi speaks the words, and Bullet goes to work. He had no points. He has 5 in the space of less than 30 seconds. And here comes St. Albans on the attack. 2:48 to go. Dragons leading by 4. Ball outside to Williams. Williams deep to Tweedy. Round on the left wing to Bago. And the pass going down inside, intercepted by Aaron Mann. Long one down the floor to Ferguson. Ferguson has been all around him in traffic. A foul is called. Foul charge to St. Albans, and it goes to John Bago, his 4th. Martinsburg will go to the line. Ferguson will be the shooter. He is 2 out of 4. Spencer Ferguson, the 5'11 sophomore. 49-45. St. Albans leading by 4. 2:34 to play in the ball game. 2 shots, Ferguson. Ferguson with the wide open stance at the line to the left, with the left hand guides the shot up off the close side of the rim, short. Ferguson gets in there again. Left hand shot in. Hammered it around a little bit. 49-46. 3-point advantage, St. Albans. Dragons on the attack, and they're getting man-to-man pressure. Here's the pass coming into the front court on the right side to Bago. Bago back out to Scott Tweedy. Over at the hash mark right side to Bago, down toward the right corner into Holmes. He tries to work it into the pivot man, and we get a foul call on Anthony Dokes, and that will be his 5th. Over the shoulder, he fouled Jay Kemplin. So Dokes fouls out with 2:18 to go in the ball game. 4 points all scored in the first half. 2 field goals. He missed a free throw. 4 points. Keep in mind, Dokes, one of those sophomores from Martinsburg, will be back next year. They got a lot of youth. Here's Kemplin at the line to the right for St. Albans. Puts it up. Good. Jay Templin has now made 6 out of 7 at the foul line. The score is 50-46. 2:18 to go. And the Dragons missed that one. Rebounded by Martinsburg. Down with the ball comes Basie. Basie dribbling outside, working man-to-man. Fires down through the lane and puts it up in front. Basie just simply took his man into the paint and lost him and fired it up and scored it. 50-48. 2 minutes to go. Back on the attack comes St. Albans. And outside we get a whistle and a foul called on Basie. That will be his third. Basie had 9 at the half. Now he has 8 since the half, 17 total. That's his average on the season. John Bago is going back to the line where he has missed 3 times in a row on the front end of 1-on-1 situations. And we got 1:53 remaining in the ball game. St. Albans leading by 2. Bago hits. So the score is 51-48. Bago at the line to the right. He now has 9 points in the game, shooting for number 10. Again, he hits. A pair of them for Bago. 52-48, 4-point game. Here is Basie hustling in, firing from 15. Hits. Boy, he is something now. He has warmed up. Here is Basie chasing Tweedy in the backcourt. Tweedy over the midcourt line, down on the far side, gets away from Bago. I don't know from here whether it was the pass or the reception, but the ball is out of bounds to Martinsburg. 52-50. Bulldogs have the ball. 1:35 to go. Here's Basie in the front court to the right wing to Bullock. Bullock with the ball up over his head, looks underneath. Puts it on the floor, brings it over to the top of the key. Lobs it left to Basie. Basie down toward the baseline, puts his shoulder into a defender. We're going to get a block on the defender, I believe. Bago. And Bago is shaking hands with the Martinsburg coaching staff as he fouls out of the ball game. Bago fouls out with 1:23 to go. 3 field goals. 4 out of 8. At the line, 10 total. So Dokes goes out at 2:18 for Martinsburg. Bago goes out at 1:23 for St. Albans. And into the game comes David Switzer. Basie at the line, he'll have an opportunity to tie up the ball game. He has 2 shots. The first one rolls around to the right, no good. Martinsburg has never been in a tie in this ball game, yet has hung on tenaciously. Basie makes the second one. It is 52-51. And here comes St. Albans. Tweedy driving, and Tweedy fouled by Basie. Basie trying to overtake him and get the ball. Called on Ferguson.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Ferguson. They say he made contact.
He made the contact. Okay. Ferguson's 4th. And now Tweedy at the line. These are big ones for St. Albans. Good. Scott Tweedy had scored his 3 straight 3-pointers early for 9, and this is the first point he has had since that time. 53-51. Tweedy at the line to the right. Bounces it off the rim short. Rebound. Who else? Basie. Here comes Basie right to left. He's down by 2. Basie out in the key. Flips the ball off deep outside for the shot taken by Bullock. No good, and they fight for the rebound. And we have a whistle. And we're getting a foul call. Charge to Aaron Mann. That will be his 4th. Over the back. With 1:07 to go, it is 53-51 St. Albans. And Aaron Mann will go to the line, or rather, St. Albans will go to the line. Shooter will be Jay Kemplin. Kemplin has made 6 out of 8. Martinsburg will take a timeout. So with 1:07 to go, St. Albans leading by 2. We have a timeout in the game. You know, West Virginia is one of the few states that recognize their cheerleaders by providing a state competition. This Saturday, 16 squads will represent West Virginia's 8 regions in the West Virginia SSAC competition here at the Civic Center. The winners and runner-ups will perform at halftime of this Saturday's AA basketball championship. Tony Caridi, you put your finger right on it. When Martinsburg was back there a distance, 8 or 9 points, you said that the Bulldogs would come back. They have come back. But St. Albans, with that intangible, comes up with the big play to stave them off every time.
They're so well coached, Jack. The crucial points, I think, are the foul shots. Martinsburg has been missing theirs. Basie has gone down there several times and come up empty. On the other side, Coach Moore's team hitting their foul shots, playing sound, fundamental basketball. I think Martinsburg has the better athletes, but St. Albans is just playing a heady game at this point, and that's allowed them to constantly hold on to the lead. They're just a well-oiled machine.
I have Martinsburg 10 of 20 at the foul line for the total game. St. Albans, Bago had a little trouble, but right now Kemplin goes to the line, and Kemplin has hit 6 times out of 8. He puts it up good. Jay Kemplin makes it 54-51 with 1:07 to go. Kemplin short off the rim. And on the rebound, the ball picked off by Aaron Mann. Here they come. Basie driving into the key. Bouncing down to the baseline, and Ferguson takes the dish off, goes to the hoop, and scores it. 54-53. That came with 55 seconds. Full court pressure. St. Albans with the ball, and going after the ball, the foul will be called on Dion Taylor, who came back in on the last time out. Up at midcourt, he fouled David Switzer. Switzer on the 1+1. 54-53 ball game. Wide open stance, puts it up short, taken out of the air by Aaron Mann. And here they come. Marcellus Basie with the ball for Martinsburg. Does a spin move and is fouled. Got into the key, tried to go between 2 people, and the foul is picked up by Jay Kemplin, his 4th. Basie will go to the line again on the 1+1.
Jack, Coach Dave Rogers over there instructs Marcellus Basie, who's been struggling from the foul line, to bend his knees fully and shoot the ball with your legs, is what he was saying. Let's see if it works.
It worked. Basie hits, and that ties up the ball game for the first time this afternoon. And Basie now could give Martinsburg its first lead with 42 seconds to go. Basie hits. Martinsburg has a 55-54 lead. Full court pressure. Tweedy in the backcourt, moving the ball to Williams. Williams getting it up the floor to Holmes. Holmes outside the Tweedy. Back over to Williams on the left side. 30 seconds. Ball comes deep out to Switzer. Now to Tweedy, and Tweedy on a drive is fouled. Foul is called against Dion Taylor, I believe. It is his second. So now Scott Tweedy, another key performer in this drama, goes to the line to the right, the 1+1. 24 seconds. Tweedy at the line to the right. Puts it up with the right hand. Good. Boy, these 2 clubs making it difficult for each other. 24 seconds to go. The ball game has been tied. 55-55, and Tweedy has a bonus shot coming. Told you I get this kind of game.
Well, Jack, the last tie in this one was at 15-15, and that was back.
You're right. I forgot about that tie. I said this was the first tie.
Yeah, they came back. That was at 6:25 to go in the second quarter. but it didn't last long because when it was 15-15, St. Albans went out on a great run, and they scored 13 unanswered, building it up to 28-15. But Martinsburg has continued to battle. St. Albans has continued to battle. This is the kind of game that I thought it would be. Very tight. Tied now at 24 seconds to go. Very tight game. St. Albans very heady. Martinsburg, it took some time for them to get a feeling to this floor. They're so far away from home, and they're young, but I thought it would be this kind of a matchup. Great game.
15-15 tie, 6:26 to go in the first half, and then all the way down to the finish.
Let's talk a little strategy now. He'll have one more foul shot when he comes back. That'll put him ahead if he makes it by one. Now Martinsburg will have the ball back. If they take the ball down or if the shot's missed, it'll be a rebound. We'll have to see what happens. But whatever, say if Martinsburg gets the ball down. Do you hold for one with 24 seconds to go? Or do you go ahead and try to take the lead back? We'll see.
I think I'd go ahead so I get a second chance if I miss.
That's right.
Here's Tweedy. Everything hangs on this young man at the moment. Scott Tweedy at the line to the right. Puts it up. Rolls it over. Bounces around it. Falls through. It is good. 56-55, and here comes Martinsburg. Basie in the front court. Basie swings it over to the right side to Ferguson. Ferguson back outside to Taylor. Taylor down to Basie. Shoots from the left. Off the rim. No good. And on the rebound. Get a foul call.
They call jump ball, Jack, and the possession goes off St. Albans.
And the ball goes to St. Albans on the alternating possession arrow. And now Martinsburg must foul with 11 seconds on the clock. Inbounds pass, and the foul is called on Scott Bullock, reaching in. That's going to put Chris Williams at the line. Williams had a two-pointer early. The word of Williams, a coach's dream, does everything asked of him. Now, can he get this one? Probably Arnold Moore has never asked more of a young man this season. It's 56-55, and Williams at the line. 10 seconds. At the line to the right. Puts it up. No good. Doesn't drop. Rebound taken by Basie. Here he comes against the clock. Basie firing the ball down to Ferguson. Lays it up good with 3 seconds on the clock. St. Albans calls time with 2. The free throw, no good. Rebound, Basie. He headed coast to coast, coming into the top of the key. The feed down to Ferguson. Breaking toward the basket, baseline right. The feed was perfect. Ferguson responded, laid it in with 3 seconds. Timeout called by St. Albans with 2. It's 57-56 Martinsburg, and that is the second lead for the Bulldogs.
Basie, if you'll remember, Jack, on the last Martinsburg possession was the guy that missed the shot. St. Albans came back down with the ball, and Martinsburg was forced to foul. So Basie feeling bad about that play. You could see him hanging his head as he went back down. I'm sure he was telling himself, if I get a chance to get that ball back, I'm going straight to the hole, and he made a beautiful dish off, and that is why, as only a sophomore, Marcellus Basie has been named All-State in West Virginia by USA Today. He's that kind of a player. From one end to the other, so quick, so fast. He took off with the ball. There were 10 seconds to go. 2 seconds showing on the clock now, and Martinsburg has the 1-point lead.
Tony pointed out that Martinsburg had the tie at 15. Basie on a free throw tied it at 54 with 42 seconds to go. Martinsburg led by 55, and then Tweedy made a pair of free throws to tie it and take the lead for St. Albans. All right, now 2 seconds on the clock. St. Albans has to go from one end to the other. Chris Williams will make the inbounds pass, and they spread their people down the floor. Williams looking, gets it in close. Pass coming to half court to Barry Holmes, not far enough, and the buzzer sounds. And Holmes knew it was not enough, and the young man bends over and clutches his basketball shorts. And then he looks up proudly, and they turn to shake hands with the Martinsburg club. And now, let's go to the center of the floor and Coach Dave Rogers.
Coach Dave Rogers, great victory. Your kids never gave up, did they?
Well, you know, this is the worst ball game we may have played all year. And I'm not taking anything away from St. Albans because they're great. But we came out in the first half My senior leading scorer, Scotty Bullitt, didn't score until there was 3 minutes to go in the ballgame. Didn't have a field goal. Having a rough night. Our people outside, Marcellus Basie, Spencer Ferguson, we weren't scoring. Those are the 3 guys that have carried us all year. Anthony Dokes inside and Aaron Mann did one tremendous job inside that paint, shutting them off. And I tell you what, the kids never quit. They kept coming back as they've done all year. And again, we didn't play well tonight, so when you don't play well, you beat a good team like St. Albans. I think that says something for the kids, and hopefully we're going to have a better future the next day or so.
Coach, you play that tough competition out of state. Does that help when you get down here?
Well, you know it does. You know, we played probably the toughest schedule we've played all year. Loudon Valley, who Gail Catlett of Western University has recruited Chris Leonard, by all means is a great player. They went to the semifinals and got beat. We brought the Matha in. We brought St. Maria Goretti, where Rodney Monroe is from. We brought them in. You know, we just tightened up. This is the toughest schedule we've played, I know, in the history of Martinsburg. But again, we're coming in here with 3 sophomores that they got a lot of maturing to do, but nevertheless they hustled and they did what they had to do to win.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Back to Jack.
Dave Rogers, a happy man. There are no windows in this building, but I like how he uses that term tonight. It's just past noontime. A great, great victory for him. The final score, Martinsburg 57, St. Albans 56. We'll return to the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum in a moment to recap the game after we hear this from Glenville State College.